Moundville, USA, on a bluff overlooking the Black Warrior River in Alabama. 29 flat-topped pyramids are arranged in a planned square around a 40-acre plaza. This is all that remains of Moundville, once North America's second-largest pre-Columbian settlement after Cahokia, Illinois. Here's what we know about this ancient metropolis. When it comes to North American archaeology, the Mississippian period is often overshadowed by the mega-site of Cahokia. But Moundville was a similarly impressive metropolis, bustling with activity between 1000 and 1450 CE. At its peak around 1300 CE, this political, religious, and economic hub of the Mississippian culture housed between 1,000 and 3,000 residents within its 185 to 326 acres, with another 10,000 or more in the surrounding valley. National Geographic dubbed it the Big Apple of the 14th century. As with many Mississippian cities, Moundville's population grew rapidly thanks to an agricultural surplus of maize. This allowed for the specialization of labor and the emergence of a social hierarchy with elites residing on the northern mounds, notably Mound A and Mound B, the largest of the 29 which had dual ramps. Commoners lived in pole and thatch houses outside the plaza and paid tribute to the elites through taxes of maize and other goods. Chiefs were granted ceremonial copper axes by the paramount chief, who alone had the right to wield such weapons. These axes symbolized divine authority, similar to how the Inca emperor was granted the sun god's scepter each year during their winter solstice celebration of Inti Raymi. In fact, the Mississippian paramount chief may have been the inspiration for the Aztec emperor Moctezuma when he built his grand capital city of Tenochtitlan atop a lake. Like the Aztec Empire, Moundville's economy was driven by a tri-state alliance. In exchange for maize, the Mississippians traded with those along the Great Lakes for copper, with people in Appalachia for mica, and with those on the Gulf Coast for marine shells. These materials were then crafted into exquisite jewelry and other valuables by specialized artisans, who likely also produced hemp-hill-style pottery, some of which were engraved with intricate designs. Other artisans created negative-painted vessels that served as elite burial goods. Religion played a central role in the lives of the Mississippians. Their symbolism included the cross and circle, which may have represented the cosmos, with the circle being the sky and the cross the Milky Way. The hand and eye motif symbolized the sky portal through which the souls of the dead were believed to travel after crossing over the river. Stylized rattlesnake imagery also appears frequently, as these creatures were thought to guide the dead on their journey to the afterlife. As seen on the rattlesnake disc, one of the most iconic artifacts from Moundville. But around 1350 CE, the population of Moundville began to shift. The town became less residential and more of a ceremonial necropolis. Commoners relocated to single-mound villages along the river, while only elites remained in the ceremonial center. Theories for this collapse include resource depletion from intensive maize farming, deforestation, soil exhaustion, rigid social unrest among the commoners, reduced external threats, indicated by the cessation of palisade wall repairs, and the rise of a paramount chief who controlled the sacred mounds and copper axes. By 1500 CE, Hernando de Soto found remnants of Moundville but no active metropolis. His men looted the site, taking many artifacts back to Spain. Soon after, the Mississippian culture was effectively over. Today, only 14% of Moundville has been excavated, making it one of the least understood major archaeological sites in North America. What has been uncovered, however, reveals a sophisticated culture with a well-planned city and deep religious beliefs. After looting in the early 1900s, Alabama passed its first antiquities law in 1915. Subsequent archaeological work at Moundville was conducted by Walter B. Jones and David DeJarnette between 1929 and 1941 with the help of CCC workers. They mapped over 2,000 burials and identified key areas of the site. Modern research continues today with various universities and institutions working to further our understanding of this enigmatic Mississippian chiefdom. Despite legal protections, 7 tribes, the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, Creek, Seminole, Yuchi, and the Alabama, all claim cultural ties to the 5,892 human remains excavated here. The ongoing debate between repatriation and research access has resulted in very few of the artifacts leaving Alabama. Most can be found at the Jones Archaeological Museum, which was renovated in 2010. The museum features life-size dioramas depicting daily life in the Mississippian city. Other artifacts include the rattlesnake disc, copper axes, shell gorgets, the bird serpent, stone bowl, and more. Each October, Moundville hosts a Native American festival featuring tribal artisans selling their wares and storytellers sharing their cultures. If you visit, be sure to walk the River Bluff Trail at dawn to see the mist-shrouded mounds. You can also compare the original 13th century bricks, which are dark and irregular, to the reconstructed 1930s CCC bricks. While much of Moundville remains shrouded in mystery, the surviving archaeological record offers a glimpse into the lives of the Mississippians who thrived here for nearly 400 years. Their story is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, but also a reminder of the fragility of societies dependent on intensive agriculture. As archaeologist Vernon Knight noted, the stones speak of leaders who moved mountains, but forgot to nourish the soil beneath. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out our other videos.